AKAPADers, we have maybe what might be the greatest modern day animation effort to come from America. Now, we're always comparing American animation to Japanese animation because at one time, frankly, it was more advanced, it was better, the ideas were over the top, the productions were jaw dropping, the visuals infected American culture. But effectively, we ended up with Pokemon and Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z is great to watch, but it doesn't, to me, it never had a lot of meat on the bone. We have 8 episodes, 30 minutes apiece. The final episode is about 45 minutes. The Zack Snyder Netflix series, Twilight of the Gods, is one of the greatest animation series, miniseries, maxi series I've ever seen. I will put it, this is one of the great efforts of our time. Let's get into it.
Take one. Action!
Big shout out to our creators. Zack Snyder, you guys know, we just like Zack. We like Zack's work. Moving on, right? Because I feel like there's so many caveats you have to add to that nowadays. We don't do that here. We're Zackers. We have Jay Oliva. He's Zack Snyder's go-to storyboard artist. This dude, beyond talented. I went to his website. Yeah, could Jay's website present a little bit better? Could he have a little bit better of a demo reel? Yes. But it was informative, which was its purpose. So, job well done there. We have Eric Caraco. I don't know who he is. I didn't look him up. He didn't have a Wikipedia link. So what is Twilight of the Gods? It's if you're into Norse mythology and Greek mythology, you know how spiteful and somewhat angry the gods are towards man, right? Like Zeus punishes people, right? It's a common thread. In one of these episodes, I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to talk too much about this story, but Thor shows up and Thor spins the plot. Up until the point, we've had 2 characters basically falling in love. They get married. The girl's like a giant. Like her family's a giant, which is, there's some great gags with that. And the dude that she loves, that she's going to marry, they're deeply in love, and you get a feeling, you know, and there's a lust there, and you feel it through the animation. And then Thor shows up, and he obliterates everyone in a violent way. So very early, within 20 minutes of episode 1, we get boobs, cursing, sex, and blood, and the crazy Thor. Thor spins the plot into a revenge tale. Now we have to gather an army. We need weapons to fight these gods, and we're going to go. It's like the Magnificent Seven or the Dirty Dozen. Jay Oliva, seeing his storyboards connected to live action and knowing, you know, his role in some of these top-notch action sequences that Zack Snyder brought to the big screen. You see it here. There's a readiness to the action. And there's a awareness that we're watching a cartoon. We're watching animation. So let's go over the top. Let's do things that you cannot do in live action. If you did, you would need hundreds of millions of dollars. I give a lot of credit to Netflix in greenlighting this, ushering this, giving freedom to create. Netflix right now is in 277 million households. So when Twilight of the Gods dropped and I didn't see it explode on social media, I got worried, and I didn't get there wasn't much ambition to watch this. And recently, Netflix has dropped a Terminator anime that is also great, and that didn't get set on fire on social media. And it really makes you wonder, like, what are people really watching? What do they care about? I have a feeling that this show, and I'm hoping it gets a season 2, but this show is going to catch fire. And even if it's season 1 canceled, it's going to go down as one of the great cancellations. But it's going to resonate and it's going to grow. That's what she said. And rightfully so. We have our team, our Rough Riders, taking on the dragon. And yes, they're fighting the dragon. You kind of know where the fight's going to go. Is the fight sold 100%? Not really. Because we just imagine the dragon being insanely fast with scales and fire, right? But, you know, we got people with God-empowered weapons fighting a dragon. So we do have to go along with it. But you know where this fight's going. By the time you get to episode 4, you know they're going to end up in the belly of the dragon. And that's exactly what happens. So some of it's predictable. We go a full episode of no Thor. Thor shows back up in episode 3. I don't want to get into the ending. I don't want to get into Zeus. But this show is nothing but a recommendation. It's nothing but a definition of Zack Snyder and his collaborators. Because on my YouTube, I just did the Watchmen Portraits book. And one of Zack Snyder's portrait artists is a part of that book. And this guy has shot the sets of almost every single Zack Snyder movie, including the posters. You know, the character shots for the posters. Because, you know, they get worked on post-photography. Zack Snyder has a way of maintaining his collaborators, unlike any filmmaker I've seen. Now, I get it. There's a lot of research in that, but I'm just talking about surface level stuff. We got music here too by Hans Zimmer, by the way, guys, and it shows because Hans Zimmer, he's got the ear of the day. So I don't know. Check this out. Give it your time. Give it your attention. And for animation meant for adult audiences, adult males, even bring in the girls, but we know Zack Snyder's, we know where he leans. He leans into Heavy Metal Magazine, as he said on Joe Rogan. That wasn't a direct quote, by the way. But check this show out. It's on Netflix. I think you're going to like it. I really do. Check it out.
That's a wrap.